Welcome to Animal DNA, our extraordinary expedition through the animal kingdom. We'll explore the unique traits and characteristics of animals of all kinds, how species relate to one another, and ways in which they survive and thrive in their diverse environments around the planet. And so our journey begins. Today, we'll talk about our cousins, the primates. Among all the animals in the world, one would think that primates would be the easiest to classify. We all know an ape or a monkey when we see one, right? But in reality, not all primates share the same characteristics. And there is no single trait that defines a primate. But in a general sense, we can certainly identify them with some key attributes. Primates are warm-blooded mammals, which means, among other things, that females feed their young with milk from their own bodies. They are vertebrates and have hair or fur. Their origin can be traced back 65 million years. Primates have large skulls with large brain mass. Their eyes are located on the front of their head, which allows them good vision and the ability to accurately calculate depth. Most primates have an opposable thumb, which allows them to use tools and to cling to branches when climbing trees. They are omnivorous and inhabit areas of South America, Central America, with some larger species hailing from Africa in tropical and subtropical areas. The primate order consists of more than 360 species of apes and monkeys. These creatures form a class all their own. Who else belongs to this order? We do. That's right, humans are also primates. Gibbons, orangutans, gorillas, chimpanzees, bonobos, and humans are all types of apes. And along with monkeys and lemurs, we collectively make up primates. Although they may not superficially resemble most other primates, the more than 80 species of lemurs are part of the family. From the brown lemur, to the red lemur, to the black and white lemur, and everyone's favorite, the charming ring-tailed lemur. Like other primates, the lemur's thumb is separate from the other fingers. Like all primates, lemurs have binocular vision, i.e., both eyes are in front of the face, which give them depth of field. Lemurs are considered medium-sized mammals, and although there are some lemurs that are very small, the average lemur weighs about the same as a common domestic cat. What most clearly distinguishes lemurs is that they have a moist, sensitive nose called a rhinarium at the end of a vulpine snout, similar to that of a fox. But if we were to press the lemur's nose against its face, we would see that it looks even more like a monkey. Some amazing and peculiar features of these captivating primates centers around their tails. Lemurs use their long tails as a means of communication. When traveling through arid, open areas and forests, they hold up their tails in the air like flags. What does a raised lemur tail mean? Follow me. But the most surprising fact about lemurs is this. All lemurs are found on the island of Madagascar, an island off the coast of Africa in the Indian Ocean, near the neighboring Comoros Islands. Great apes such as the chimpanzee, the bonobo, and the gorilla are only found in Africa, while the orangutan and the gibbon come exclusively from Asia. In contrast, we Homo sapiens are constantly migrating, making us the most widely distributed species of all primates. We live on every continent, in every type of housing, in every possible biome. When we return to Animal DNA, we'll explore even more surprising facts about primates. We'll be right back with more Animal DNA. Welcome back to Animal DNA. Let's see if you can answer this trivia question. There are no monkeys native to South America, Asia, Africa, Australia. The answer is Australia. Central and South America are home to many monkeys, such as the small squirrel monkey, whose native South American habitat extends from Colombia and northern Peru to northeastern Brazil. In the South American rainforest, we also find the Geldes monkey, the white-faced saki, and the spider monkey. Among the most popular specimens are the capuchin monkeys, members of the Cebus genus of the platyrrhine primates of Central and South America. Their name is inspired by capuchin friars, whose hood have a color similar to the fur that surround the face of these monkeys. Capuchins are small, about 18 inches long, with a prehensile tail that they wrap around branches. Capuchins are believed to be the most intelligent of the New World monkeys. We can say, look at those primates when we see chimpanzees, lemurs, squirrel monkeys, even human beings. But we wouldn't say, hey monkey, when we come face to face with a gorilla. Just like we can't say, wow, what a monkey, when it's a big primate like this hamadryas baboon, also known as sacred baboons, native to Egypt. How do we know the difference? Let's start with the apes. There are far fewer species of apes than species of monkeys. In fact, you can count all the species of great apes on the fingers of one hand and still have the opposable thumb left over. The gorilla, the orangutan, whether from Sumatra or Borneo, the chimpanzee, and the bonobo, sometimes called the pygmy chimpanzee. As for the smaller apes, well, that only leaves the gibbon. There are approximately 12 very different species of gibbons, ranging from the white-handed gibbon to the white-cheeked gibbon, the Java gibbon, the hoolock, the agile or black-handed gibbon, the crested gibbon, and we cannot forget the largest of these smaller apes, the siamang, whose arms are longer than its body, whose throat sac inflates like a balloon, and whose expressions are almost human. What do apes and monkeys have in common? Both apes and monkeys are diurnal, or active during the day. They have dry noses, a weak sense of smell, and nails on all of their fingers. As for the differences, with the exception of the gibbons, apes are generally larger than monkeys. Their arms are longer than their legs. Their shoulder rotations are complete and chests broad. Apes lack hair on their faces. And most remarkable of all, apes don't have tails. Though the gibbon may look like a monkey, when it turns around you won't see a tail. Therefore, it is not a monkey. Most monkeys have visible tails. Some are longer than the monkeys themselves. and some tails are short. But a tail is a tail, and a primate with a tail is not an ape. It could be a monkey, and it could be a lemur. But if it has a tail, it's not an ape. We now know that there are only a few types of apes in contrast to the more than 200 species of monkeys. Apes are divided into two groups, great apes and lesser apes. Monkeys are divided into two groups as well, but they are not according to their size. Instead, according to where they live. We have already met some amazing monkeys from South America, called New World monkeys. The other group, known as Old World monkeys, are the monkeys that inhabit Africa and Asia. Some apes and monkeys overlap in their habitats. So why the Old World and the New World? The Old World is where human civilization began. The New World was named by European explorers who embarked on voyages of discovery in the 15th century. The Americas were not exactly new, as both people and animals already lived there. But these continents were certainly new to Christopher Columbus and his crew coming from the Old World. So encountering the monkeys that live there, such as spider monkeys, was an amazing sight. We'll be right back with more animal DNA. We're back with more animal DNA. Let's see if you can answer this trivia question. How do Old World and New World monkeys differ? Features under their noses, the pads on their hands and feet, in the tails, all of the above. The answer is all of the above. Let's start with the nose. Most New World monkeys have wide-spaced, round nostrils, while most Old World monkeys have small, curved nostrils that are close together. Some Old World monkeys, such as baboons, have sitting pads, which we will never see in New World monkeys. Although the most distinctive feature of these specimens is their olive-colored fur, dog-like snout, teeth, and especially the blue striped face and red noses on males. But the sitting pad is also very important. Just as the ring-tailed lemur raises its tail like a flag to communicate with its troop, the same function is served by the red pads of the male leader, who tells the troop of baboons following him through the rainforests of West Africa to go the same way. Some Old World monkeys, such as the baboon, also have cheek pouches that they use to store food that they will eat later. None of the New World monkeys have cheek pouches. This is not to be confused with cheek pads like the male orangutan has. These pads are not used to store food. They just make him look bigger. We already know that apes don't have tails, while monkeys do. But one of the most amazing things about some New World monkeys is that they have a prehensile tail, which have adapted to be able to hold on to and grab things, particularly tree branches. They're almost like a fifth hand. Prehensile tails, surprisingly enough, can support the weight of the animal. No Old World monkey can claim that ability. But not all New World monkeys enjoy the benefit of a prehensile tail. The small squirrel monkey has a long and agile tail, but it is not prehensile. Even more impressive than a prehensile tail is the opposable thumb. Humans have this type of thumb, as do all our great apes. An opposable thumb is simply one that opposes or faces the fingers, making it easier to grasp things. This does not mean that other animals do not use their paws as hands for feeding. Perhaps the most surprising thing about apes is that they don't just have 2 opposable thumbs, they have 4. Apes are as dexterous with their feet as they are with their hands. Not all primates have opposable thumbs. Many New World monkeys do. Squirrel monkeys have opposable thumbs. So do marmosets and tamarins. Most Old World monkeys certainly have opposable thumbs, but there are some rather striking exceptions, such as the black and white colobus, a beautiful monkey from Central Africa. The name colobus is derived from the Greek word for mutilated, because this monkey lacks a thumb, opposable or not. Let's see if you can answer this animal DNA trivia question. How many species of monkeys are there in the world? 4, 30, nearly 100, more than 250. The answer is more than 250. It is easier to point out what a monkey is not than what it is. With only 4 types of great apes and only about 13 types of gibbons, there are more types of monkeys than all the apes combined. The spider monkey is called a monkey and is given the descriptive term spider because of its long limbs, a bit like the arachnid creatures we know. Squirrel monkeys are called monkeys, and the squirrel comes from their small squirrel size. Yes, sometimes it's simple. The colobus monkey is called a monkey, and so is the Allen swamp monkey, as well as the Geldy monkey, the marmoset, and the golden lion tamarin. Marmosets and tamarins are New World monkeys that basically come from the same tropical rainforests and scrublands in South and Central America. Although only the size of squirrels themselves, lion tamarins are actually the largest of the marmoset group. They differ from other marmosets and tamarins in having long, narrow hands and long fingers that they use to search for edible insects and small animals wherever they hide. We've reached the end of our journey today, but before we go, let's talk about just a few more very particular primates, such as the chimpanzee, ape of equatorial Africa, due to its physical and genetic structure, is considered the animal most closely related to humans. There are 2 species, the common chimpanzee and the bonobo or pygmy chimpanzee. The former lives in countries from Sierra Leone and Guinea on the Atlantic coast to Lakes Tanganyika and Victoria to the east. The latter is found only in the eastern part of the Congo River basin. And with that, our journey has come to an end. See you next time on Animal DNA, where we humans decode all the secrets of our friends in the animal kingdom in order to learn more about them and a little bit more about ourselves, too.